Another all-too-common question I'm often asked is,
Yo, what's up with this do-re-mi?
yes, I get it. The fact that standing around singing random, non-numeric nonsense syllables sounds like an activity better reserved for orientation day at a 1960s religious cult is solfeging confusing. But there is actual precedent for this arbitrary nonsense. So where exactly did do, re, mi, fa, whatever come from? What was its origin? 1965 brought us the film version of Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music. Directed by Robert Wise, this timeless classic introduces us to the young nun Maria who, while tutoring a bunch of tone-deaf Austrian children, invents a system of notation by naming objects they can actually remember. No, actually, that's not how it happened. Once upon a time, around the turn of the millennium, no, not that millennium, there lived a monk named Guido. You see, Guido liked music. Guido liked music so much that he wanted to create a system for other monks to learn chant quickly. He was effectively a rock star, but the other monks in his order didn't like him very much, so he moved to a distant town. And while there, an idea occurred to him. You see, at the time when learning a new song, there really was no way to communicate which pitch in particular you were referring to without singing at someone. And so, everyone basically yelled at each other, musically, without agreeing on a system of written organization of notes. So, Guido, now of Arezzo, took this top 40 Latin hymn called Ut Caant Laxis, and utilized the first 6 syllables of each phrase to represent the then 6 notes of the usable scale. Now we had symbols to represent specific pitches. And this righteous system held through the Renaissance, where the formerly illegal diatonic scale was applied and the 7th note was added, taking the first 2 letters of the last 2 words,
Sancte Johannes,
and therefore creating the 7th syllable C. 500 years later, another musicologist dude named Giovanni thought that since music was indeed God's language, the root of the scale should be named after him, and so the Latin word dominus was used instead, and thus changed the root ut to the syllable do. Finally, and to avoid phonetic confusion among those Anglican morons who also use their own alphabet to notate notes, the C was changed to T, a damned drink with jam and bread. And so, taking the name from the 5th and 4th degrees, it was here to be called Solfege, or simply Solfege, the international alphabet of pitches. When singing the pitches of the scale, we will be utilizing fixed do solfege, or the version wherein the solfege symbols always refer to the specific notes they represent. Re is always D, do is always C, etc., and so on. This is different from harmony, wherein we will discuss chords by their alphabetical letter name. This gives us the ability to simultaneously talk in both a melodic language as well as a harmonic one. So, as silly as the syllables may seem, they do provide a traditional and unifying alphabet for pitch designation. Plus, they'll make you sound like Julie Andrews.
Tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to